everybody. Today I want to talk to you about reading box plots. I want to show you what information you can get from a box plot and also how to find the interquartile range. So we have a question here, and this is just from Khan. It says, find the range of the data in the box plot below, and they want the number of dollars. So price of vending machine snacks in dollars, and they show us a box and whisker plot. Well, there's some information we can get from the box and whisker plot without having a data set in front of us. So first of all, this first dot, it's my minimum or my smallest data point. This one is my maximum or my largest data point. So what I can do, remember we talked about the range is my largest or my maximum minus my smallest or my minimum. So in this case, we know that if this is 0 and I'm counting up by 2/10 every time, this is 1/10. And this one they give me is 1. So to find the range for this one, I would do my maximum, which is 1, minus my 1/10, which would give me 9/10. In this case, they want dollars, so it would actually be 90 cents would be the answer for that one. Now, in order to figure out the interquartile range, you need to understand some things about the box plot. The first thing we need to understand is that this box plot is divided into quartiles. And you may have seen where this is labeled as quartile 1, this is quartile 2, this is quartile 3, and this is quartile 4. Those are quartiles. The actual quartile is this line. So that line is quartile 1. This line is quartile 2, which we also know as the median. And this line is quartile 3. All right, so those are our quartiles. They're going to help us find the IQR, or the interquartile range. So the interquartile range is simply the median of quartile 3 minus the median of quartile 1. I already have that data here on my box plot. This is the median of all my data, but this is what I need for that median of quartile 1, and this is what I need for the median of quartile 3. So if I look at my IQR on here, it's simply 8/10 minus 6/10, which is 2/10. The interquartile range gives me a little bit more specific data because it deals with just the box part of my box and whisker plot. When I take the range of this entire box plot, I'm looking at these, which might be outliers, especially if the whisker is really long. It's probably an outlier out here. There may be more than just that one, but chances are, in this case, my 1/10 is an outlier. So this IQR gives me a little bit more specific information on just my box. Now, some people have asked if they can find the mean from reading a box plot. You cannot find the mean. I have no data set to go with. If there was a data set, then I could find the mean. But since there is not a data set, I cannot find the mean here. Also keep in mind that each one of these parts are 25% of my data. So 25% of my data is there, 25% of my data is here, 25% of my data is here, and 25% of my data is here. So if I have a total of 16 data points, that means 4 of my data points would lie between 1/10 and 6/10. 4 of my data points would lie between 6/10 and 7/10. 4 of my data points would lie between 7/10 and 8/10, and 4 of my data points would lie between 8/10 and 1/10, and 1. So you can see how this box and whisker plot can show you the distribution of your data.